Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome back to the basement for season 1, episode 9, I think we're at now, of the series Deadwood, streaming now on HBOMax. And we had a plot device in the form of Flora and Miles, which I think were just there to show how other characters would react to what they were bringing to the story, which was two kids trying to pull a scam on the town somehow, some way. I do find it interesting, though, how Flora was given multiple opportunities to go with something that she wanted, and she chose poorly every single time. And I don't want to say they deserve to die. However, no shit, they died. We also saw Sai, how far he would go to enact revenge, to prove he's in charge, he's the king of his little corner of town, and nobody is gonna pull anything on him in any capacity. He's not even gonna stop any thoughts of it. He's gonna obliterate, and it kind of goes over the top. But then we have Joni, who is not happy and is like, lays it out. I will die myself, or I will kill you. Either way, one of us is going. Interesting dynamic. I had dental work today, and it's still horrible. And so I may not make sense, and my words may be slurred. So just be prepared for that. Also, the drill bit at one point actually flew off, ping, and went past my lips. So everything's all just kind of weird. But I'm here because I'm ready for another episode. Alma has the mother lode, a bonanza of gold, and she's just handing out rocks to, not just handing out. She gave them to Trixie. She gave Trixie a choice. Let's go out. Get out of this town. You need to get away. Here's an opportunity. And Trixie gave it to Al. She gave it to Al. Now, is that as a peace offering? Is her plan? I don't know what her plan is. I don't know what anyone's plans are, except for almost planning on staying. She's just going to go out there herself in her little boots and mine away. I don't know. But I'm here for it, and I'm so glad that you're all here with me as well, as I can't feel my teeth. But I'm glad that you're here with me. So we're just going to get started. I got the cozy blanket. I got some water. I really would like a drink, but I'm going to stick with water. And let's just get to it, y'all.
That's what the fuck life is. One vile fucking task after another. But don't get aggravated. Then the enemy has you by the short hair. It'll be different after the annexation. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of. Everything changes. Don't be afraid.
Is he trying to convince her or him?
I can hope those will be appearing on a regular basis.
Playing both games. No.
Late as usual. Oh, he just comes from the creek, Mr. Farnham.
Who's this guy? New player on the field.
Now I recall that Mr. Hickok, he gives unto me a letter for me to put in the post, but I forgot about the whole thing. Until I found my pants.
Still has the letter?
So I'm to believe that's a letter written by Wild Bill Hickok just before his murder.
Just minutes before, sir.
Sir, not a word of this to anyone.
Yes, sir.
That guy's face is tickling the back of my head, and I don't know where he's from.
Being this is the first day of my enterprise, I wore this frock coat.
Very flattering.
You don't think it looks stupid?
Not to me. No.
Look who he's asking.
My brother and my father are aware of my situation, and my husband's parents.
No. Blood don't always prove loyalty.
This freight and delivery service should be opened by Persimmon Phil as a cover for his other fucking activities.
He's dead. The territory respects the statutes of the Northwest Ordinance, which state that if you're on it and you improve it, you own it. But land occupied by the camp doesn't fall under any statutory definition of unclaimed or unincorporated.
So who needs to get paid?
But just as important is the presence of a ad hoc municipal organization.
What's the right fucking number for the legislature?
What I'm prepared to do is make a list of names and a preliminary guess at some numbers.
That's a lot of people to have to pay off. Is he going to be one of them?
I should tell you as well that a warrant's reached Yankton charging you with murder in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh.
I could help with that, too.
How much is that gonna cost me?
Everything.
$5,000.
For which part? The warrant or his services?
God damn you, preacher. Don't start talking crazy to go with everything else. Let me tell you something, preacher. I see you skulking around when the doc comes in. You're trying to hide your fucking eyes. You're a fucking mess. And I am in the process of wearing out my own fucking welcome in this camp, and I wouldn't expect to be around here much longer for people to be disgusted by so they don't notice what the fuck is going on with you.
At least Jane is self-aware of her situation. Oh, jeez. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Be at my joint in 2 hours. We're forming a fucking government.
So how else will he ask to be involved?
I believe it's time to send for my wife and boy.
Ooh.
Trudy coming with the suit.
Oh.
You did a fucking good job here.
Where's Joni going?
Your room's put back together.
That ain't my room anymore.
Oh, yeah. They got dead people in there.
I'm getting out of here, Eddie.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. Are you?
I got a way to work it.
I know you'll get a long way away from here first.
You think I have to?
Mm-hmm.
Out looking for a place?
Good. Because I told Joni I'd back her in having her own joint.
What type of a joint are they talking about?
You fucked me up, Si. The shit you did to those kids. There's no angle to it.
So Joni and Eddie seemed like size blanks. They came with him to Deadwood. Didn't they know this is what he was like before they came? Or were they hired on just before he came? Because I'm just interested now why. why they're having this crisis of consciousness. That's terrible. That's terrible.
I'm looking for a piece of property to start a business on.
And what sort of business you looking to operate?
Brothel?
So she's gonna open a competing brothel. 3 brothels in one town. Oh, Reverend, you are not hiding this at all.
I'm going to the gym.
You're just gonna leave him flailing. It's terrible. Is she sleeping?
I'm heading for the gym.
Hooray for you. I've seen you in some stupid fucking outfits in my time. But that one takes surprise.
At least he's trying. He's trying.
I'm declaring myself conductor of this meeting as I have the bribe sheet.
It's a big lengthy list right there.
Well, couldn't our informal organization levy taxes on the settlement to pay the bribes?
Ooh.
Say, to licensed businesses, wouldn't that spread the burden?
Ooh.
Will women who pay the license fees have the same right to operate brothels as men?
What's that got to do with the price of fish?
Well, who fills the various positions?
Pick the names from a fucking hat as far as I'm concerned.
I'd like to be mayor.
Objections?
Nobody's objecting? What?
Mayor.
Oh, you were too slow, Merrick.
There's a piano outside.
Is that code?
Tolliver opened up across the way. He said we needed a fancier piano. He ordered one. Any big arrival, notify me immediately. You said that.
Yeah.
Do you happen to notice at the gym that one girl we rode back with from Mr. Garrett's funeral?
Yeah, I noticed it. Big pool of that, going back to what you know.
You think she's pretty?
There it is. There it is.
So meeting, huh?
Congratulations on your new post.
How much time you think that fire marshal obligation is gonna take?
Oh, that's a big one in this town. This town is a tinderbox.
Evening.
Evening.
I've wondered how things were with you. And Mrs. Garrett and the child.
He doesn't permit her making calls out.
Come to our store. Come buy a broom.
I don't want what I can't have, Mr. Starr.
All right.
Oh. Well, that just gave him a bit of hope there, didn't it?
Your flesh does not smell. You've not died.
Yet.
Is there any pain competing with the not knowing?
I'm not in pain.
And you want to continue like this?
What is the doctor offering?
Good night.
Wow.
Now I'm ready for Eddie and me to have a little chat.
Oh, this isn't going to go well.
I want to go ahead and do what we talked about.
Good, honey. With your eyes wide open.
Well, that was ominous as hell.
I want you cheerful and ready to help me with my work. I don't want you coming the fuck out. Things through.
Fun times at the Bella Union.
Once you volunteer for something in that meeting, why didn't you put your hand up? It would have kept you from being such an evil cocksucker.
Since last our eyes were upon each other, love, I hope you've earned me $5.
No. He could prospect the creek on my claim each week to keep my title active. I feel it's exactly the way to proceed.
All right, then.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
What else do they have to discuss?
I see.
Farnham's mayor.
How horrifying.
I wrote to my wife today about her and my boy coming to camp. My thinking was, with the treaty coming, annexation, the camp would be settling down, a safer place. My brother was in the cavalry. He was killed 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm glad you got along with Ellsworth.
That was an odd little tidbit to drop. Is his wife his brother's wife that he married to offer her some sort of protection? Earlier when I did that, is that what he was saying?
May I ask why you spoke of your brother?
My wife was his widow. My boy's their child.
Haha.
Good night.
is he telling her that anyway? To put her off him, but to not put her off him, but to put her off him, but then to not put her off him? So there's one thing that I can appreciate, but I also get annoyed with this show, which is the flow of language. And I know a few had said that this was like kind of modeled after Shakespearean, the iambic pentameter. Great. And I see that. Al, especially. EB sometimes. Which is supposed to be like flowy and whatnot, but I do the same thing I do when I watch Shakespeare, which is I kind of check out and I just listen for verbs and adjectives because they go a long way to say something that could be said simply. And if you're not up on it, I should say me, when I'm not ready to really pay attention, I either pay attention too much or not at all, and then I lose the thread. That's how I fell asleep during Julius Caesar at the Royal National Theater. Yeah, I did, but they didn't have an intermission and I was exhausted. So again, I can appreciate what they're trying to do as far as the flow of language. I just wish they would just get to the point sometimes. But they're trying to form a town. In theory, fascinating. I work for a city government, and it's mind-numbing sometimes, just the shit you have to deal with. But I find that part very interesting as well. And EB's the mayor. Mother. Okay, in theory, we know he's mayor in theory. He's not really in charge of anything. And now we're going to meet Bullock's wife soon and son nephew. Huh. I'm still afraid for Trixie's life. Is this all that we're going to see of Jane? Is she gone for good, or will we see her return shortly? How long will Charlie last in town? Is the Reverend dying soon? And how will the Reverend die? Lots of interesting questions coming up. And again, interesting questions that make me go, ooh, I'm interested, not, what the fuck are y'all doing? So I'm still excited, I'm still intrigued, and I'm so glad that you're all with me for this adventure. It does make it a lot much more fun. So if you haven't already, a subscribe would be great. And then you can watch me on a day when my mouth isn't going, stop moving. So I'll keep this short. Thanks so much again. And until next time, y'all.